Alrighty, good evening everybody. Well done, Francina. Francina made some extra money this month. Nice. Hard work pays off. So good evening everybody. My name is Rob van der Bell. I'm one of the executives here at DuePoint. I'm going to be spending about 35 minutes with you as we go through our intro presentation. Welcome everybody who's tuned in on our live stream around the country. We have Carol with us this evening, so feel free to introduce yourself. Let us know where you are. All right, so as we go through our presentation, I'm sure a couple of questions will raise up in your minds. Reserve those till after the presentation. I'm sure you're being hosted by somebody. Someone's introduced you to this business. Go speak to them after the presentation. You're very welcome to pose any questions to Carol on the live chat, or you can come speak to me afterwards. I'm open to chat to anybody. All right, so let's begin. As you can see, we are, DuePoint. You're at DuePoint's head office, and we are a division of another company called Constantia Insurance Company Limited. Constantia is a registered insurance company. It's important. We have been around for nearly 70 years, since 1952. Right, so Constantia, you might be thinking, they've been around so long, why don't I know about them? Because Constantia have never dealt with consumers or the public before. In the past, they've always dealt with other financial service providers, other insurance businesses. But for the first time through DuePoint, do we now speak to you, members of the public, the community. And DuePoint is a fairly new business. We formed DuePoint about 3.5 years ago when a number of aspirations, very boring word, they were aspirations for the founders of this business. And what do we aspire to in this business? We want to create social impact. What does that mean? We want to be able to have financial impact on the people that need it in this country, in this community. We want to be part of the solution. As a business that operates out of South Africa, that is a South African business, we want to be able to be part of the solution in our country. When we need it, probably more so than ever, right? To be part of the solution instead of being part of the problem or just being apathetic and not being part of anything. And so what we did was we created this business that extended an opportunity of social entrepreneurship. So we created a business opportunity that really engages with community, to empower community, to empower the public, to empower anyone that decides to come join us in this partnership. And our mandate becomes, so you might be thinking, well, what are we going to be doing? We're going to be creating a bigger business in South Africa. We are going to spread DuePoint to every corner of South Africa, and we need your help to do that. Why? Because we want to create social impact for everybody in this country that wants to get involved with this business, to empower themselves from a financial point of view. You need to come help us create channels of distribution. So I'll show you what a channel of distribution is shortly, but it's basically you just going out, word of mouth. Go out and tell other people about DuePoint, right? And if we can connect things successfully into this business, then you get to create for yourself a channel of distribution. You get to create a stake for yourself in business that you have ownership over. And the benefits for being able to do that are many. So number one, you get to create additional income for yourself. Right? That's why we're here this evening. The nature of the income is very important to understand because it separates us from many other businesses and business opportunities. And that's the fact that we're able to create recurring income. Recurring income is the ability to make money while you're sleeping. Right? It's the form of annuity or passive income. It is not activity-based. It's not sales-based. It's not commission-based. Right? You still probably don't understand what I'm talking about. It frees you of time constraint. Think about employment. Your employment contract says what time of the day you get to work, whether you're allowed a tea break, a lunch break, and what time you're allowed to leave, how many sick days you have, how much annual leave you get, whether you get maternity or paternity leave. That is all stipulated in your contract because employment is tied down to activity. And if you can't work, you're not going to earn a cent. Right? We understand this. And this is where all the risk suddenly rises out of the economy from, right? Because there are so many people that are already marginalized from an employment point of view that can't work, that can't create income. But here at DuePoint, we don't pay you for activity. We pay you for the channel of distribution that you build. And so once you've built a channel of distribution, you can take a month off, 2 months off, 3 months off. You don't have to look at DuePoint, talk about DuePoint, and DuePoint will still pay you. Why? Because we pay you for the channel that you built, not for activity. Right? It's a very important thing to be able to discern. because this separates us from many other businesses. And then the power of duplication. You have the opportunity to go build a team around you that can help you build a channel of distribution much faster than you can on your own. And so you want to leverage that opportunity as much as possible because it allows you to increase your income every single month. You get to tap into exponential growth in your income, which is a very rare thing. That's not something we experience in employment, right? And then our business is very flexible in the fact that we've made it simple and easier to do through technology. Right, we've got a mobile app that runs on everyone's smartphones that allows you to build your channel anywhere in the country at any time of the day with very little cost to yourselves. That's awesome. You can build your channel in any part of this country, any province, any town at any time of the day. Right? And that's because of the technology we've invested in. And then we've built this business to have very little risk involved so that if you consider DuePoint, right, by the end of this presentation, if you're considering DuePoint, you should feel no fear or skepticism in your heart because we've attached no risk to this business. You have nothing to lose by doing DuePoint or trying DuePoint. Right? We've tried to make this business as accessible to everybody. We can't do that if we attach a big price tag to it. I can't say, oh, come join DuePoint, but you must buy 5,000 Rand in boxes. Or there's a starter kit or registration fees. No, we've designed it to have very little risk so that it's accessible as possible. And then at the same time, no qualifications or experience requirements, unlike our jobs. And then you get to build an asset that you have ownership over, this channel of distribution that I keep talking about. You own it. You have a true stake in this business. Anyone shareholders in the businesses they work for? We laugh. Right? We don't get to enjoy the upside. As employees, you very rarely get to enjoy the upside of business. When your company does well, do they suddenly increase your salary? If you work hard, do they suddenly increase your salary for that month? We don't even get paid overtime, do we? No, and you're supposed to, according to labor law. And so that's why it's so important to start investing time into building something that you have ownership over. Employment gives you no ownership. Employment, you're at risk of even your health deteriorating and not being able to work. And then your income ends. Or being retrenched and your income ends. Or getting to retirement, like we all will get to retirement, and being told, thanks for your 45 years of service. And what do you have to show for it at retirement? Less than 5% of our population can afford to retire. Right? So owning an asset, building an asset that you have ownership over, this asset, this channel of distribution, will pay you every single month in the form of recurring income. It'll never retrench you. It'll never retire you. It'll pay you through your 60s and your 70s and your 80s and your 90s. Even when you're 100, DuePoint will carry on paying you. That asset will carry on producing recurring income because you're a real stakeholder in the business. And even upon death, that asset doesn't disappear and it doesn't stop paying. Upon death, you get to seed your channel of distribution to your spouse, your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your children, whoever you seed that asset to. And you get to pass real wealth on to the next generation. When do we get that opportunity in normal life? Never, right? And so I'm hoping people will look at this business and go, I'm happy to sacrifice time building something that I own because you have legal tender. You can even sell your channel of distribution if you want to, right? And then finally, there's absolutely no selling involved in our business. Your requirement in this business to help us grow DuePoint is not to sell. I'm the only person in charge of selling, myself and Brendan. That's it. You guys, this partnership requires you to just go tell people about DuePoint, about the business opportunity. Isn't opportunity the greatest asset that all South Africans are looking for at the moment? Right? You're just going to go tell them. Tell them the good news that there is a business. Get them to come sit down for 35 minutes. That's all you've got to get them to do. 35 minutes of their lives. Just come look. I'm going to convince you of anything. You decide on your own. Come look for 35 minutes. And because our products are financially in nature, it means we don't have boxes. We don't have stock and distribution issues. Makes business very convenient. Unless you like to have boxes in your boot or carting boxes around all the time. But your success is dependent on your ability to build this thing called a channel of distribution. It begins with you. You have to make the decision to become a DuePoint wealth engineer and a product owner here at DuePoint. right? Because this is when you get to start building business. This is when you get to go out and tell other people about the business and connect them to DuePoint the same way you are connected. And this is the start of your channel of distribution. There you've connected 5 people personally into the business. This is where leverage starts to show itself, right? Because those 5 people you connected go out and start connecting other people. And those people start connecting other people, right? And so you get to enjoy this power of duplication, because over a certain amount of time, this is what your channel could look like. This is the asset you own that's paying you a DuePoint return every single month. Go speak to our wealth engineers. We paid them today. All our wealth engineers got paid today. They got SMSs from the bank saying your account has been credited. Not debited, credited. Right? And it's because of this. It's because of this channel that they've gone out and spent time building. Right? And this will pay them next month again. It could even grow and we'll pay them more next month. This is the beauty of building an asset that pays you out instead of a job. Right? And so how do we pay our wealth engineers? Based very simply on this table. We pay a base return fee of R27.50 for every product you have in your channel, right? So for every person you've connected successfully into your qualified channel, we pay you a certain amount for every single product, right? So the people that you introduce personally fall on your first point. There you go, those 5 people you connected. In the example, we call that your first point, and on your first point you actually earn 55 Rand. So if you had 10 people, if you went this week and connected 10 people successfully into DuePoint, you would be earning 550 Rand every single month. Right? 55 times 10. And when those people go out and connect other people onto your second point, again you earn 55 Rand. So if you had 100 people on your first and second point, now you're earning 5,500 Rand a month. Right? That's 60,000 Rand a year. That's recurring income, remember? And those people go out and connect your third point and so on and so forth. And as the product gets further away from you and your channel starts to grow, that multiplier reduces to 4% by 0.8. But we don't stop you at 0.8. We don't limit the size of your channel at DuePoint. There's no limit to how much money you can earn at DuePoint. Why is there no limitation? Because we want you to be part of this business for a lifetime. Imagine you invested 40 years into this business instead of your job. Who do you think is going to be paying you more after 40 years? Right? But we're all worried about next month. That's what we're worried about. I'm telling you, you need to lift your eyes off. Lift your eyes off of next month and look at 40 years' time. Right? Because we want people. Our ambition in this business is to build long-term relationships with people in this business. Lifetime. It's a big commitment, I know. Even more than marriage. Right? Perhaps we don't come with the problems of marriage. So, people still want to understand, well, how much money do you earn in this business? How much work is required? We always want to know that. How much work is required to earn this 55 Rand, to earn whatever it is in this business? So we built a 5-year journey, right, as an example. So over the next 5 years, this will give you an idea of how much money you can earn. The premise is that you're able to connect 2 people every single month. 2 new people every single month into DuePoint on your first point. Right, with a little bit of duplication, you can expect after 6 months to be earning about 2,500 Rand a month. Now, I know everyone wants the money now, and you might be thinking, oh, 6 months of work to earn 2,500 Rand, but I want you to understand the value of money, not from a consumer point of view, because I make that mistake all the time. I think like a consumer. I look at 2,500 Rand, I know what to spend it on. Don't we all think like that? You know, if I put the money in your handbag or your wallet today, how long will that cash last? Hours! Someone's got a party after this. Right, but this is right. This is the paradigm shift. This is the mindset that we need to change in our business, because our business is about creating wealthy individuals. And wealthy individuals can't fall foul of consumerism all the time. If you start earning money, you can't just start living more lavishly, right? Because we all have debt. And debt is the one thing we have to get rid of if we want to be wealthy one day. And so here's a little example. 2,500 Rand, if you put that into a 1 million Rand bond, you don't have to take 20 years to pay that property off. That 2,500 Rand on a 1 million Rand property, you can pay it off in nearly half the time. Instead of taking 20 years, it takes you 11 years to pay the property off. If you put that extra 2,500 Rand into your bond instead of spending it, it saves you nearly 1 million Rand. Saves you just short of 900,000 Rand in interest. That's crazy. because the property's value is only R1,000,000, right? Pay your debt off as quickly as possible. After 12 months, you'll be close to R9,000 a month, right? Because your channel keeps growing, because you keep growing it. You keep introducing new people every single month without fail. After 24 months, you're going to be close to 28,000 Rand. After 3 years, 36 months, you'll be close to 50,000 Rand per month. After 4 years, 70,000 Rand. After 5 years, 85,000 Rand a month. Now, I always know that maybe I lose people with this 5-year journey. You're thinking 85,000 Rand a month, which is R1,000,000 a year. Imagine DuePoint sent you a SMS every single month. Well, not DuePoint, the bank. The bank sent you an SMS every month saying, your account's been credited 85,000 Rand. Every single month. Every month, what are you going to do with the money? You're going to have to hide it. Because when the family members catch wind that you're making that much money in your side job, they're going to come knocking. Right? But this is academic. So this could be your 5-year journey, because this is actually quite an accurate journey for people that are committed every single month to building their channels on their first point, right? And so it's very important for us to show you people. Here's Michael. He's a Joburg boy. He's been in our business for 18 months, and his channel value sitting this month has been close to 10,000 Rand. He's introduced 63 people. You see the number at the bottom? That's how many people he's introduced. The 63 went out and found another 180. And so his channel size is now sitting at almost 250 people. That's leverage, right? That's because he went and found some good people in the 63 that went and helped him build the channel that's 244 in size over 6 points, earning nearly 10,000 Rand every single month. Right? And he's just getting going. And then we've got an amazing individual, Philip Faree, who started doing a lot of prospecting. We call it prospecting, connecting, just through social media, because he's very much isolated on a farm near George, right? So when you say the farm is near George, not in George, then you're isolated. And he's been in our business for only 7 months. His channel value is sitting at nearly 20,000 Rand already. In 7 months! Where's he going to be after 5 years? We loaded his testimony interview onto YouTube this morning. Go watch his testimony. It is amazing. It is amazing. His dream, or should I say his aspiration, is to get to 1,800 first pointers in 5 years. That's one a day for 5 years straight. That's what he wants to do, right? And he's proven that he can do it. So it's going to be amazing to see where this gentleman's going to be after 5 years, if he can do 20,000 Rand in the space of 7 months. And there you can see his leverage is very similar to Michael's, because he's introduced 105 people. The 105 people have introduced another 350. Right? They've got this 5-to-1 ratio that exists in their business. So for every person he connects, there's 4 people standing behind that person ready to join. That's amazing leverage, right? And so we've got thousands of people joining our business every single month, and everybody is different, right? The system's identical for each of us, and we get to decide what we want from DuePoint. DuePoint doesn't tell you what you get. You decide what you get from DuePoint. So sometimes I imagine there's this table in front of us with all this money on it, and you get to decide how much money you want off the table, right? Pick. What do you want? Do you want the 85,000 a month? Do you want 5,000 a month? What do you want? It's up to you, right? I told you this business is accessible to everybody without any risk. And so you're free to do it. You're able to do it. On top of the returns program, we've got a rewards program. It allows us to connect a little more, I think, with what DuePoint has in terms of benefits. Because when we're just paying money into your account every single month, we don't really get to experience it. Maybe if you come to head office, and I know how much we paid for Encina today, I get a little bit excited. But our rewards program is a lot more visceral. Our rewards program rewards you when your channel gets to certain sizes, right? We call them ranks, these milestones. And they vary from cash checks that we give you along the way to tools. Like at rank 5, we give you a business toolkit valued at 1,200 Rand. At rank 7, we spend 17,000 Rand getting you one set of cards manufactured personally in your name. They are wrapped in gold, these cards. You can see them. There's gold. There's no ink on these cards. That's the funny thing. They're not printed, they're manufactured, because no printing gets done in this process, right? You will realize in business, if you are in sales already, but you will realize, actually in life, that first impressions count for a lot. They do, right? And so everything in our rewards program is there to help you make the best first impression possible, so that when you go speak to someone about DuePoint, they can look at you and look at your success, the business cards that you have, right? The merchandise that you have, the system that you're involved in, all the collateral that we have and the system stuff that we have. And you're able to show this off with pride, and it separates you from the other business opportunities, because the other business opportunities don't have this. No one has 17,000 Rand business cards. No company in South Africa has got 17,000 Rand business cards, right? But you get these at rank 7. Then at rank 9, we get to take you and your family to our rank 9 international conference. Not once, but every single year for the rest of your life. Until you are gogo that's on crutches. You're still coming to Mauritius in your bikini. Imagine the day. Imagine the day. Shameless. And so, we only fly business class at DuePoint, right? So you know if DuePoint takes you anywhere, it's always going to be business class. This is a 5-star luxury resort that we go to for 7 days, all expenses paid trip. It includes your children. And like I said, you get to enjoy this every single year. So take a look. This is the last 2 trips that we've been on. We've already got the 3rd trip all booked and planned, happening at the beginning of December. And this is for every single one of you in this room. How does that look? Did I say it's available for everybody? It's available for every single one of you. You can be joining us, right? You can decide to get to rank 9 in 6 months, or 12 months, or 18 months, or 2 years, or 5 years, or 10 years. It's up to you. It's up to you. It's waiting there for you every single year. Just make sure your channel's getting closer and closer to rank 9. Right? By this stage, you're earning 20,000 Rand a month in returns. And then you get to go home and tell your family, I'm taking you to Mauritius. In style. in style, right? 2 ranks later, we spend R250,000 buying you a brand new car. There's no T's and C's. The car is paid for in cash. It is put in your name. You take it home. You can quit DuePoint the next day. The car is still yours. Why? Because you have earned the car. It's not a giveaway. You've earned it, right? Because of the work you've done here at DuePoint, right? And so we will be happy to get this car for you at rank 11. And you get to park that car in your garage that night knowing there's no debit order at the end of the month. That car is paid off and brand new. Doesn't even have DuePoint stickers on it, right? We don't turn you into a driving billboard. It's your car. So that is a look into our rewards program. I'm showing you up to rank 11, but the program goes up to rank 28. Again, rank 28. We've kind of estimated that rank 28 will take about 25 years to get to. Can you see we want long-term relationships in this business? What will you be getting at rank 28 if you're getting a car at rank 11? That's what you've got to imagine for yourself, right? But our business is very much built on the products that we've innovated. So the problem with financial products in South Africa's market is that they're not completely accessible to everybody, right? Whether it's insurance or investment products. It's been a problem that South Africa has been trying to remedy for a long time. It has become the mandate of the Financial Services Board to fix that problem. And so our products have been designed and innovated with that in mind. We've tried to make wealth creation and wealth protection accessible to everybody without discrimination. And so Access Wealth is our first product. It's an investment and an insurance product rolled into one. It costs you only 324 Rand every single month. 100 Rand gets invested into a tax-free investment fund. And then the insurance portion is 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident death cover. And the beautiful thing about all our products is that they're the same price for everybody. If you're over the age of 18, it doesn't matter what your health status is. It doesn't matter what your blood sugar levels are. It doesn't matter how old you are. The price is the same for everybody, right? Wealth Guard is strictly insurance, 249 Rand only every month. This gives you 1 million Rands worth of personal accident death cover. Again, as long as you're over the age of 18, the price is the same for everybody. Then we've got Family Wealth, which is our funeral cover product, which covers up to 5 family members. It costs you only 299 Rand. You get 20,000 Rands worth of funeral cover. You also get 10,000 Rands of debt protection. So we will pay up to 10,000 Rand of any debt that you might have upon your death. You can increase this cover to 30,000 Rand as well as up to 10 family members. And then again, it does not matter what medical conditions you have because we cover all pre-existing conditions, right? There's no exclusions there. You do have to get in, you see there, under the age of 70 with this product, but once you're covered by Family Wealth, it becomes whole of life. So you can live to 130 and you'll still be covered by Family Wealth. Wonderful funeral cover product. And then finally, we've got Wealth Points. Wealth Points aims to lower your monthly expenses. Think about all the money you spend every single month. Look at the companies listed there. I bet you spend money with 1 or 2 of those companies already. What we've done with this product for 299 Rand a month is we have negotiated discounts and services with those companies listed there so that when you go to them, they will give you services and discounts promised to our Wealth Points members so that hopefully you can lessen your monthly expenditure. Right? If you can do that, then maybe you can stem the flow of inflation that we're all suffering from at the moment. Perhaps you can get rid of your debt sooner. You can become wealthier sooner. That is the aim of Wealth Points. So those are our 4 products. They are straightforward. They're the same price for everybody. And they give you access to this wonderful business opportunity. All right. One of the partners that we're highlighting this month is Eagle Ford. So Eagle Ford is a wonderful partner because there is massive benefit, right? Because cars are expensive typically. And so when Eagle Ford gives you a discount on a car, it can save you tens of thousands of Rand. So I was very fortunate. I was able to buy a Ford Ranger a year ago now, so 1 year, 1 month ago. And they gave me nearly 100,000 Rand off that car. I could not believe it. Right? It did help that it was the end of the range and that I was a DuePoint Wealth Points member. 100,000 Rand off. That can cover my DuePoint product for about 400 years. Right? And so that's just one of the examples of one of the businesses that can afford you massive benefit if you're a Wealth Points member. All right, the Achiever Quest. So this is an exciting incentive that we run every single month. This is what this wonderful lady in the front here did this month, right? You hit Achieve a Quest this month. Yes. So Achieve a Quest allows you to earn money quickly in our business. If you're able to go out and not connect 2 people a month, but you can do 10 people, we will give you an extra 5,000 Rand on top of your returns that month. If you do 20 people, we'll give you 10,000 Rand. If you do 30 people, we'll give you an extra 15,000 Rand. You can do this every single month. Every single month, you can make money fast in your first month at DuePoint. You don't have to wait for your channel to grow. You can enjoy the Achieve a Quest every single month if you put your mind to it. A little bit of background on our business, because, and this is important, that you need to know everything there is to know about DuePoint and our principles, Constantia. Why? Because people are going to ask you. The one thing that you have to convince people of when you go out and start trying to connect people is that they can trust you. They can trust this business called DuePoint, right? And so know that we're part of Constantia, which is a registered insurance company. There's the FSP number that we operate under. Know that we are listed on the Joburg Stock Exchange, right? So we are a listed public company under Conduit Capital. We are audited publicly every single year. We are regulated by the FSCA constantly. I'd love to say it was only once a year, but they do it when they feel like it, right? And if I do anything naughty, I have personal liability. Myself and Brendan have personal liability in this business. I can go to jail for 5 years. I can get a 5 million Rand fine if I do anything naughty, right? This is a very credible business. This is a business that when you partner with us, you can be proud to be part of this partnership. There should be no skepticism in your heart. Go get rid of that skepticism, right? How do you get rid of skepticism? Through knowledge. So go to the DuePoint website. Go look at everything. Go to the Constantia website. Look at everything. Go look at our financial licenses. They're available on the FSCA website. You type in Constantia, you'll see all our financial licenses coming. And so, as we get to the end of this proposition, this invitation, what is the decision that I'm going to ask you to make? It's not to join. I hope you've already made that decision. Right? If I haven't convinced you yet to join, then I'm not talking to you. But for the people that want to get part and become part of this business, right, to really become a stakeholder in building something that they own, if that's what you want, if you want to be able to feel safe in a partnership in the long term and make this commitment, for those people, I hope that you've already started figuring out of how do I fit DuePoint into my life? How do I tell someone this evening after this presentation about DuePoint? How do I connect people tomorrow to DuePoint? Because you have to take DuePoint and start prioritizing it above all those other things in your life. Because DuePoint is built to save your life. This business is born out of necessity. This is not a luxury business. This is a business born out of necessity, right? And so I hope that's the decision you make. Getting started, very simple. Register as a wealth engineer. The person that's introduced you to the business can help you go through the application form. It's 5 minutes, right? It's a quick process and you become a wealth engineer. Download the mobile app onto your phone because this becomes your primary business tool when you become a wealth engineer. Watch the training videos. Knowledge is power. Right now, as someone who's only seen a 35-minute business presentation, you might not know how to do DuePoint. But tomorrow you will know more. And within 30 days, you can be an expert in this business. You can know everything there is to know about it if you decide to go watch the training. All of it, not the first 5 minutes. Yeah. And then to start earning in this business, you need to connect 3 people. You want to earn money? To all the wealth engineers there who aren't qualified yet, why do you not have 3 people in your business? To become a true believer in this business, you have to have DuePoint pay you in the middle of the month. That's when you believe the business works, right? And so every new person and every unqualified wealth engineer, today was the day we paid all our wealth engineers. And so you've got all this time ahead of you before we make the next payment. You've got 2 weeks left of the month. Make sure you have 3 people connected into your business, at least, and DuePoint will start paying you in the middle of every single month. The Cape Town encounter, 9th of November, Brendan's going down to Cape Town to help you build your channel out of the Western Cape. And so I'm hoping that all the wealth engineers are making lists of people they can contact in the Western Cape to invite them to this awesome opportunity. Right? You go listen to Philip's testimony. His business transformed when he came down to the Port Elizabeth encounter because he got to go speak to other wealth engineers and engage with people and engage with us, and he started figuring out what he was doing wrong at the same time building his business. Right? These encounters are awesome opportunities, but you have to go tell people that this business exists and it's coming to Cape Town to do this business seminar, this Cape Town encounter. So you can earn money out of Cape Town. You want a national business at DuePoint. Then a reminder for our rank 4s and above, our Converge Awards evening, which is at the beginning of next year in February, the first weekend or the second weekend in February on the 8th. It gives you 4 months to get to rank 4, so that you can also get invited to this very exclusive event. It's only for rank 4s and above and their guests. And so for our rank 4s as well, please get your nominated guests in so we can send them invitations. The launch workshop every Saturday after the intro. So if no one's ever attended a launch workshop, or if you're brand new, try attend the launch workshop. It is on YouTube, right? So you can go watch it on YouTube, but it's available every Saturday after the intro presentation. And it's powerful, this workshop, because you get to ask Brendan and myself any question that you want throughout the workshop, and we tell you exactly what you need to focus on, especially as a new wealth engineer. All right. Those are the social media platforms that we're available on: YouTube, Facebook, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Podcasts are awesome. I love podcasts. We're very active on Facebook, and you get to show all this stuff off, right? When you go tell people, this is the business I'm talking about, you show them our Facebook page, you show them all the podcasts, you show them that we're on the App Store and the Play Store. It lends credibility to this business, right? And then we've got a merchandise store on our website so that you can order any merchandise. And for me, that's so important. If you become a new wealth engineer, you have to invest a little bit in yourself in this business. How do you do that? You go order yourself business cards. You get a notepad. Maybe you get a pen, a pin, so that people can see you serious about the business you're telling them about. You can't arrive there with nothing. Who arrives at a business meeting with no business card, no nothing? You can't do that, right? You want to be successful, make sure you got the merchandise. We don't make money out the merchandise, by the way. If you think I'm trying to push it because I want to make profit on business cards, don't make profit. It's for you. It's to empower you. Very powerful tools. And with that, I thank you for your time this evening. I thank you for all the people watching. We've got almost a record number of people watching over YouTube this evening. My wish for every audience is that you're able to go build prosperity for yourself this year. This year, I want you to make 2019 a good year. Who's going to say that at the end of the year? How many South Africans will say, I made 2019 amazing. I had the best December ever. I had a stress-free January. I wasn't waiting for my salary in January. That's what I want for you, right? And I know you can do it, but you have to make that decision. And every morning you've got to decide, who am I going to tell DuePoint about today? So good luck with that. Thank you.